Kirsten Gillibrand is still defending AAROs and dismissing UFO incidents as drones. We've got that and a lot more to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, here goes. Here's Kirsten Gillibrand at a recent press conference.
I didn't see his testimony, whistleblower's testimony, but I read all the testimony and I know what the nature of all the allegations are. And they're very serious allegations that we have to get to the bottom of. What I did 3 years ago was to create an office to do this work. It's called AARO. And the purpose is to look at all of these unidentified aerial phenomenon and all of these anomalous incidents and analyze them and tell us, is it a Chinese drone? Is it a Chinese spy balloon? Is it Russian? Is it Iranian? Or is it something else? And they are now reviewing 600 of these incidents, including the video that the pilots talked about yesterday, what they saw.
So there you go, and there's more. Here we go right here. She's talking about similar things.
Active in
to do is to assess it. What is it? Is it a small plane? Is it a drone? Is it a balloon? Is it something we've never seen before?
Is it an alien?
Yeah, is it anything? And the problem is that our pilots, our service members, are often flying missions and they see aircraft in their way that they're very concerned they're going to run into it, that they're going to take down their aircraft, and without a process to identify it quickly, it's very problematic for domain awareness, national security, and air superiority. So that's what this office is supposed to do. I've also had deep concerns about the number of drone attacks we've seen at nuclear sites and at bases around the country that have been made public. And we cannot have adversaries sending drones to spy on our service members, our technology, our communications. So
yeah, there she is. It's all drones, guys. It's all drones. She does leave the room open for unknown technology, but she really is hammering the point home that it's all drones or balloons. And she's very proud of creating AARO to get to the bottom of it. So yeah, thank you, Kirsten. I used to have such high hopes for her as a champion of UFO transparency, and look what's going on. So frustrating. I reported a few months ago, or maybe just a month ago, I think it was from Matt Laszlo at Askapol's reporting, who discovered senators were saying that they had created AARO to wash their hands of the UFO situation. So yeah, it's done now. We've got AARO. You don't need to look any further, guys. You don't need to look any further. The case is closed. It's drones or balloons, and we're just going to differentiate which it is. So I don't know if she's bought off or threatened or, what's going on there. Maybe she's just shining us on and she's going to turn a new leaf and blow the cover off the UFO secrecy next week. I sure hope so, but at this point I'm not optimistic. So let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, check this out from the debrief. Perception of time can be skewed by what we see, new research reveals. New research reveals that observing different visual stimuli can significantly distort the human perception of time. What? In findings published in Nature Human Behavior, research psychologists from George Mason University discovered that viewing more prominent and memorable scenes can create the impression of time moving more slowly. Conversely, cluttered imagery compresses time perception, making it seem to speed up. This revelation challenges conventional understandings of how time is encoded by the brain during sensory processing and opens new avenues for exploring the intricate relationship between visual perception and time. These findings suggest that visual circuits mediate or construct perceived time. This provides evidence for a link between image features, time perception, and memory that can be further explored with models of visual processing. Okay, very interesting. So what you see can literally change time. Meanwhile, from the interview with Ross Coulthart on the Good Trouble Show, Ross shares that his sources go everywhere armed.
All of my sources go everywhere armed. They take counterintelligence actions to make sure that they're protected. You can read into that what you will. But people are prepared for the probability that somebody is going to try and take a shot at them. That's what we're talking about here.
That is terrifying, guys. And obviously, this comes on the heels of Lou Elizondo's announcement that he's not suicidal. So there are people that are actively afraid of, violent reprisals, and you can understand why. I mean, one Boeing whistleblower dead after another, right? So they are going everywhere armed. This is scary stuff. These guys are heroes for coming out with this. They really are. And there's so much pushback on these guys when they come out with this information. And to a certain extent, I totally understand that. We need to vet this information, and we don't want to be, fall prey to disinformation. Absolutely. But at the same time, we got to show these guys some respect because they are literally risking their lives coming out with this, guys. They are heroes, and people like Lou and others, I mean, there are going to be statues to these guys someday. I mean, really. Props to these guys. I hope we can get past this era where people are afraid to come out. Stephen Greer says that in June 22nd or something like that, that the whistleblower protections goes into full effect. Do you think we can expect something different after that point? I mean, it's not like the UFO control group has ever abided by laws before, so I don't know if that's going to change anything, but it might. Let me know what you guys think. I'm trying to be optimistic. Meanwhile, the channel Motec made a video about the Nazca mummies and about Dobby the house elf here. This really amazing video that I at first dismissed as a kid in his underwear, with the underwear on his head. But then they recreated that with him doing that, and it's not him, guys. It's not him at all. I think we're looking at an anomalous being here. It's been confirmed that it's not CGI. Anyway, Motec has a different take on it, or different information, new information, very interesting information. Now, everything they said about the Nazca mummies was wrong. So, I don't know how seriously to take their information, but if they are accurate about this one thing, that's super juicy. I love it. So, they say that there were actually multiple security cameras that had an angle on this event, and only one was picking it up. So I would really love to see that other security camera footage, if that exists, and to have it analyzed. Maybe experts can find cloaking technology or something, right? Because if they're all looking at the same thing and only one of them is picking up this being, that's super intriguing, right? As we've seen in the Las Vegas case, when I had Scott Roeder on the show, and he was talking about this 9-foot tall being or whatever that was using cloaking technology, not only on the visual senses, but also on the software of the camera, so that it wasn't even recording as many pixels as it should have recorded. So, yeah, they totally have that technology. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they're able to hide themselves from security cameras. But it's intriguing that one security camera was able to pick it up. So if this information is right, and again, I don't know if it is, what does that mean? Was it deliberately revealing itself on this one camera? Was that a mistake on its part? What's the deal, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Meanwhile, Ronnie Vernet says UFO incidents are back to Brazilian Amazon. After many contacts with indigenous leaders, now I can confirm that UFO incidents are happening again in indigenous communities from state of acre Brazilian Amazon. Multicolored luminous phenomena are descending near 3 of 17 villages of Yawanawa tribe. I said that right, guys. Gregorio River. At the moment, there are no cases of people affected by light beams from these phenomena. So thank goodness there don't seem to be any victims of these things. There's no face peeling going on. But yeah, the people on the Amazon are experiencing the UFO phenomenon. Again, it sounds like it's happening again. Seems like they took a break for a while and now they're back. Maybe they were on winter break. I don't know. But obviously, the Amazon, home of ayahuasca, right? So does ayahuasca have anything to do with the phenomenon? Here's Paul Rosali talking to Lex Friedman about that very thing.
Of 80,000 species of plants in the Amazon rainforest and 400 billion trees in the Amazon rainforest, the statistics of likelihood that through trial and error that humans could discover ayahuasca, it's astronomical. That one of these trees and a root, when put together, allow you to go access the spirit realm and see hallucinogenic shapes and talk to the gods. That's almost enough to inspire spiritual thought itself. The fact that trial and error, it would take like millions of years or something.
Yeah, the statistical likelihood of them discovering this by themselves, it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely. It's very likely they had help. And in fact, that's the mythology that my shaman told me, that the gods had a city in the Amazon, and the people, were, treated them as gods. At a certain point, the gods left, and the people said, "Well, what are we going to do when you're gone?" And the gods gifted them ayahuasca, and they said, "This will be your connection when we're gone." So, there's different mythologies about the creation of ayahuasca. I've Googled it, and there's different creation myths. I've never come across that exact creation myth, but that is what my shaman, who is from the Amazon, lives in the Amazon today, and he's from a family of shamans. His dad's a shaman, his brothers are shamans, comes from a long lineage, and that is the mythology that he passed on to me and the others in the retreat. So super intriguing that the people of the time may have been interacting with beings. Obviously, we know people in that area were interacting with beings. So did some of those beings, maybe other dimensional beings, who knows what, gift them ayahuasca, combining these two plants together to create a way to, achieve contact with the beyond. I don't know, guys, but I think that's very likely. Let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, check out this from the Bigelow Institute of Consciousness Studies, an examination of wisdom consistencies ostensibly communicated to accredited mediums from the spirit realm. Yeah, while we're talking about spiritual stuff, because it's all connected, guys. It's all connected. UFO, spiritual stuff, skinwalkers, it's all connected. Let's just go to the conclusions. It's a long paper. You can read about it. The Bigelow Institute puts out really interesting stuff. Of course, that's Bix. Bix was particularly interested to know whether our mediums agreed with their statement that the other side has failed to promote human spiritual evolution in the past 166 years. I don't know where they got that specific number, but whatever. As evidenced by the rapid proliferation of technology, the expansion of war, and the concomitant erosion of human spirituality. Number one, the medium said because this is a study on mediums, right? Okay. So the mediums come back with, the other side has always been working to increase our spiritual awareness, but it's not related to any specific time reference. So no talk about 2027 in here, unfortunately. The other side sometimes intervenes on a global level with catastrophic occurrences, as if to bring people together to maintain vibrational balance. Is there a way to maintain vibrational balance without catastrophic events? Come on, guys. Come on, spirit. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. In the past 166 years, much influence has come in the form of spiritual phenomena, such as mediumship. 4, the other side has a broad game plan, and their influence comes in increments. 5, higher beings have the most influence. 6, free will dominates in the physical world, and spirit can only influence those open to learning. Indeed, spiritual help has more to do with the recipients than the influencers. Only those attuned can be influenced. Thus, if the failure of spirit influence is genuine, as the state of Earth today suggests, it may result from our failure to heed available information from the other side. So super intriguing information that the mediums come back with. obviously use your own discernment, and they're getting this information from the other side. Who knows if the beings they're interacting with on the other side are on the level or not. There's definitely a trickster element in UFOs, and also sometimes with metaphysical consciousness, spiritual stuff. So, again, use your own discernment. But it's always worthwhile to listen to what Spirit is saying. It's also always worthwhile to listen to what the aliens tell people. They tell people a lot of stuff. You can't rely on a lot of it because a lot of it conflicts with other things they have told people. So who knows? Who knows? But it's always worthwhile to listen to what they are telling us. If only to learn what they want us to think. And who knows, guys? Maybe some of it's true. Maybe some of it's true. Last but not least, I thought my friends threw good parties, but damn, I've been going to the wrong parties, guys. I love you guys, but we got to get some trampolines on a balloon. Check this out, guys. This is amazing. Oh, that's awesome. I want to say I want to do this with the margarita, but I don't think that would go down well. I don't think it would go down well. Well, the margarita would go down well. It would go way down. Okay. All right. Let me know what you think about all the UFO news and the spiritual news covered today in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the bell and subscribe and become a channel member and do the merch store and all that kind of good stuff. Love you guys, and I will see you next time. This is Jack with the Cosmic Road signing out.